and welcome back to the Lizzabitty channel. I am your host, Lizzabitty, and so today's topic is, what countries have I considered for repatriation? Excuse me, let me get some water. So, considering that I have been to so many countries on Mother Air Kebulon, I'll have to say, in terms of determining which ones I would live out my final days on Mother Earth, I can't really say I had a laundry list of countries in which I was going to do this. So let me preface this by saying, how did I come to my decision? So I came to my decision based on the history of each individual African nation, ones that I had visited. And that encompasses if they had been in civil war before, having coups, etc., in terms of having a stable government. Things that I would like to have, things I would love to have. For example, beaches. Am I open to landlocked countries? So those kinds of things. How I envisioned and intermingled and cooperated with the local culture. There's just so many things that go into you making a decision about where you're going to actually move to and plant your roots there, and if you plan on staying, okay? So my decision about that came upon one, as you know, as I mentioned in the previous video, go and check that one out. Why repatriation is I had already lived on the continent before. So I already had a background knowledge in my head as to how I was going to make this thing happen, things that I needed in order to be successful when I finally make my long-term change. And so, do I want to be north? Do I want to be south? Do I want to be east? Do I want to be west? The language. So for me, I am a person, I have always struggled with languages, always, except one. And you all are probably, when I tell you this, you all are probably going to laugh. So my background is I used to be a teacher of the deaf in the U.S. a long time ago. And so I love sign language. I'm a lover of sign language. For me, sign language came very naturally. And I picked it up so effortlessly. And I think that is because I didn't have to do things like conjugating verbs, thinking of male and female protocols when addressing things. Because even when I was in public school and trying to learn Spanish, I really despised it. I recognize that people that speak multiple languages, that creative side of their brain, they are on fire. You find people that can speak multiple languages, they excel in writing, they excel in science and mathematics. They have a knack that people like myself, I'm going to say that I'm crippled in that area, that we just do not have. Although I do have a certain skill set, I am able to adapt professionally in many ways. It's just something about languages that I just have struggled with. But I will say this, in the previous country that I lived in on the continent, what I found was where I lived, English was not widely spoken. So being submerged with the indigenous people, it forced me to learn a lot of phrases, and I picked it up faster than, of course, I thought that I could be able to pick it up because I was submerged in the culture. I could not use my own L1, my mother tongue, as a crutch for me. So it was easy. Now, I'm hoping in this instance that it would be the same for me. I'm hoping. However, I was younger then. I'm older now. I'm not really sure. I just know that from experience, I struggle with languages. I really, really, really do. I struggle with them. And as the older I have gotten, my attention span is short. So I am definitely going to need and require some help in order to facilitate all of this going on. So I'm open to it. I'm excited. I'm ecstatic. And so I'm working on some things now. So what I want to say to you, I don't want to make this a long video, but just in terms of how I selected my country, there was so many different things. Only you can tell yourself which country is good for you. You know of the things that you're willing to do with and do without. Again, landlocked, beaches. You want to be north, south, east, west. How stable is the government? Have they ever had a coup? Have they ever had a civil war? The strength of the government. Are the people welcoming? How can you add value to that community? Do you want to be in the community with the indigenous people, the Africans of that particular country? Yes, I am an African. My ancestors came from Africa. So do I want to just live around other expats? All of that is important. Me personally, I want to live around a mixed community. Mixed meaning people from that country as well as expats. Why? Because I think collectivism is important. Us being able to learn from one another can take on a form that is out of sight. So I am definitely open to the prospects of what my new life adventure is going to provide me in the rest of my days on Mother Earth. So I am embracing Mother Alkebulan in a way I never envisioned. As I said, I had been here on the continent before. So let's just say thank you for tuning in. Be sure to check back here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for new content. And be sure to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. This is your host, Lizzabitty. Have a good one.